So if you're doing an Atlantic crossing, it depends on what type of boat you're in, but it's all going to be basically the same amount of equipment. So you're going to want to make sure that you put your 2 pairs of dry underwear in a Ziploc bag, roll them up, seal them, keep them dry. Then you want to do that with your socks as well, because there's nothing worse than wet, cold feet. So that's where it starts with the base. Depending on what size boat, you probably have a little more room if you're doing a crossing or a delivery. So you can have a choice where you want to bring 2 or 3 of your technical shirts, because you can wash them and make sure that you have fresh, clean gear as you're going across. You're going to probably want a fleece as well as a puffer, because certainly in the middle of the night, if you are on watch, you want to stay warm, and that is going to help keep you warm. You want to look at your legs. Don't forget your legs. These are thermal pants. Best thing you can bring across, because there's nothing worse than knowing you've got to be up on deck for 3 hours and you just went up and you checked the temperature, and how the heck did it get to 42 degrees? So this is what you're going to want. You're going to want something that is a fleece lined and that can actually keep your legs nice and warm. And you're then going to have your foul weather gear. So you're going to have your bibs, and you're going to have your jacket. And the best thing there, that if you was doing an Atlantic crossing, I would go with a trilaminate fabric, only because the difference between the fabrics is that a trilaminate will dry faster if by chance you get moisture on the inside of it, whereas a coated fabric takes a little bit longer to dry. And that is going to be with your bibs as well as your jacket or smock, whichever one you're wearing. And don't forget, the boat may have its own harnesses, but check with them, because you may have a particular inflatable and harness, which is really important. That's what you're going to wear when you're on deck all the time. Make sure it's comfortable and it fits you. You also then want to think about, what time of year are you crossing? What are you doing? If it is in the colder months, you want a really good, I'm going to bring up this hat, a really good waterproof hat, which is a bonded fleece, really warm. And especially if you're going to wear it underneath your hood and everything else, this will keep you so warm and cozy. And if anyone's been out there and it's been a little bit rough and cold and you're on a 3-hour watch, don't you love it when someone goes, I'll drive? You're like, great. Because then you just sort of almost curl up, pull your hood down, try to keep all that heat within your foul weather gear and against you, because then you can have what we call, you can get into your sleeping bag mode. You're still on watch, but you can be talking, still sitting there keeping warm. Having a good pair of gloves is really important. And at this point, if you're going transatlantic, you may have a regular pair of sailing gloves so that you're protecting yourself against all the line and everything you're doing. But then you might have a cold weather pair of sailing gloves, which too are going to be really nice as soon as that temperature drops. So there is a checklist. You can always talk to whomever you are going transatlantic, transpacific with. What do they have on the boat, and what is their expectation of what you are going to need to do? And don't forget your boots. And then, because you don't need to wear your boots every day, have a really good pair of sailing shoes as well.